This is the plaintiff, Harold Wise. He says he brought his Trailblazer to the defendant to have the heater repaired. And when he got his beloved truck back, his signal lights and brake lights didn't work. He brought it back to the defendant, and this time both his emergency flashers went on when he signaled a right turn. The guy's obviously a hack. It cost him $474.49 to get his wiring redone, and he's suing the defendant for just that today. This is the defendant, Wilfredo Poma. He says he fixed the plaintiff's car and tested everything to make sure it was working, and when the plaintiff left, there were no issues. He came back complaining of problems with his electrical system, but he doesn't do that type of work. Now the guy's asking him to pay for his repair bill at another shop, even suing him for it. Well, things happen. How's that his fault? He's accused of causing a customer to short circuit.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, the plaintiff brought his Trailblazer in for a busted heater, and when he got it back, he had a problem with the signal and brake lights. But the defendant says he did the job. It's the case of trail and error.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Mr. Wise, you are suing Mr. Poma and his company, you've asked us not to mention the company name, for $474.49 that you were forced to pay to repair some wires that you say were ripped or cut by him during a job he did. Tell me what happened.
Well, I didn't know Willie for a couple of years. He winterized my car. He put a new radiator in there. So 10/19, I need a heater cord. I took it to Willie. He looked at it. He told me what he got to do. He got to pull out the dashboard and do this. How much? $450. Fix it. He fixed it. He called me up. My car ready. Went back to pick it up. On my way home, I put my left single light on. Double flashes start flashing.
Okay.
So I go home, call him up, bring it back, take it back.
The very next day?
2 days later.
Okay.
I called him the same day though. About 5 minutes later, I called him out the shop.
Okay.
And he said, leave here, fix it. Came in, picked it up, went home, same problem. Bring it back.
But didn't you test it at the spot so that you would know if you had the same?
No, he fixed it. I just,
I know, but the second time. I understand the first time, okay, we get lazy, but the second time, don't you go like this to see if you have the same problem?
Yeah, then I go home.
Did you have the problem when you went like this at the spot?
Yeah, it started blinking. When I got home, it stopped blinking.
Okay, so it worked at the place, and then you have a problem again when you leave.
Yeah, I called him up. He said, bring it and leave. I brought it. I left it with him. Next day I went back. He said he couldn't fix it. It's not his expertise.
Why don't you? Okay, all right.
It's not his expertise. Have it fixed. I reimburse you.
He said to you, you have it fixed and I'll reimburse you.
Yes.
Okay.
So I go on, I saw a gentleman. He said, I know a mechanic that does that. I went to this mechanic's, told him the problem. He said, okay, leave the car. He fixed it.
Okay.
Gave me a bill, $474 and change.
Okay, but how do we know that it's his fault?
Everything was working when I took it to him.
That's how we know.
Yep, everything was working perfect.
Do we know through any other mechanism other than that?
That's it. Everything was perfect. I got the parts here. Everything was working.
Okay. Did the other people that you took it to tell you, oh, somebody here slashed these by accident or something?
No, he said when they took whoever took the dash out, they broke a wire. And the piece that you push down.
Oh, so somebody told you that. Whoever took the dash out broke a wire.
Yeah.
Okay, because I don't see that in writing in the what they do. So do you have that in writing somewhere? That they say it was a fault of whoever took the dash out? I only see an invoice from the second company saying, we charge you X for Y. And you have a what year car?
99 Blazer.
Right. So it could be not his fault, or it could be his fault.
Yes.
I need you to be able to prove which of those it is. Mm. So do you have in writing from that company that it's the fault of whoever just took out the...
You say it was broken wire. When he took the dash back out again, he saw the wire broken.
Yeah, I know.
Then it broke this part right here.
Yeah, let me see what you got. What's your what do you have to say about this?
Okay, like I say, I know this customer before because I did some work for him. He called me about the heated core, so I say, well, you stop by when you're ready. So because in that time, the heated core was completely broken, smoke coming outside the car, I take it a job. But before do anything in heated core jobs, I check the dashboard, make sure there's no warning light, blower motor working, everything working. I check what's okay, but I forgot, or I don't remember if I checked the lights because he came in early in the morning, about 7 o'clock. I open 8 o'clock. Here is
But
now.
you don't remember checking the lights?
No.
Okay, so he goes out and he says there's a light problem. He brings it back to you, and what are you seeing? Do you take the dashboard out again?
No. I checked the lights. Also, I replaced for him two switch. I thought was because I'm not working in the area.
You don't
I'm
work in
that side.
electric.
I mean, where is the stadium column? Where is that switch? It's located in the stadium column.
Oh,
What
this
is the-
switch is not underneath the dashboard?
No.
No.
It's in the steering column?
Yes.
So how did he cut it?
Yeah, it's,
No, not
it's
just not the wires.
Yeah.
Two wires.
I see the two wires that are cut.
Can I show you something?
Yeah.
You want me to come up?
Yeah, come up if it helps.
Right up here, sir.
This right here.
Yep.
The wire we
These
talking
two.
about is in the dashboard, and this here, you push down, you change the thing. When I hit it down, it came out complete. So Willie tried to fix this shit. You can't fix that. You got to buy the whole unit.
Okay, but did Willie break that first? Like,
Yes, he broke this too.
how do we know? Okay, but if this is in the steering wheel,
See-
I'm sorry. When you're, what was it you were trying to fix? The heating coil?
The heating coil is located in the other side.
Okay, and when you take out did you have to take out the dashboard?
Not completely.
What part did you take out?
We have to take it out. The dashboard is going to give me some room to get into the
some
heating
room.
coil.
But when you do that, are you moving stuff that's in the steering wheel?
No, we not disconnect nothing in the steering column.
You don't touch the steering column.
No,
So just stop a second. So your testimony is that this piece of the car isn't touched when you're putting in the heating coil.
No.
All right.
We
And
don't
your
disconnect,
testimony
no nothing.
is that the guys at the new place said, "Oh, that guy when he took out the dashboard somehow sliced these clean like that because it's a very clean slice."
And another thing too, my cigarette lighter wasn't working. I took it back to Willie. He fixed that.
Okay.
He said his mistake. He fixed that. So when I showed him,
Were you telling him, "Oh, I made a bunch of mistakes. That's my mistake. I'll
No,
pay
no,
for
no,
it."
no.
Right. We got a little
The thing,
discrepancy here on that. Go ahead and go back.
When he told me the part was replaced, he said, I not touched that part at all.
Okay. Court's in recess, gentlemen.
All rise.
I got to study your car.
Okay, anybody here have a problem where you take your car in for one thing and then when you get it back, they fix that one thing, but you have a problem with something else?
We took our car in to basically get a tune-up, and it came back leaking oil.
Did they ever fix it for you? Or did they own up to it?
No.
I'm guessing it happened to you.
Of course. Yes, why not? Sure, I've taken my car in for brakes and somehow end up needing a transfer case.
Here's the deal. I never want to fly with you. Going inside the courtroom.
I do not normally do this, but I am getting a very technical explanation from the gentleman who fixed your car, and I want to give you an opportunity to respond to it. Okay, Mr. Oakdale Fox?
Yes.
Of Fox Auto Repair?
Yes.
Okay, so explain to me, you fixed Mr. Wise's car,
Yes.
and it is your professional opinion that, in fact, the pulling out of the dashboard did cut these wires, correct?
Yes. When they took out the dash, there's a harness. There's two harnesses that go from the passenger side to the driver's side. You have to take the brackets off of the air conditioning box to clear it. A lot of times you got to pull that harness and stretch it, and sometimes with the mechanic stretch a little bit too far, and it pulls some of the wires and broke them. But it can happen to anybody, but it's just from overstretching the harnesses to clear the heat and air conditioning box to get the heating core out.
Okay, so the fact that it is, according to the defendant, what he's saying is, "Oh, I didn't work on that part because that part's in the steering column," and you're saying it makes no difference because those wires all run and are connected, and that's what was pulled out.
All of those wires go over to the harness that goes into the steering column for the combination box. Both flasher and the hazlight relay are on the passenger side that work from the combination box.
Okay, what is your response to that?
No, because it's plenty room, because the steering column is got things to, it's not like a straight, it's coming like that. And all that connection is in the steering column.
Right.
So,
but the
everything is
connection goes somewhere, and what he's saying
but
it goes to is to the passenger side.
It's got enough room to try, because if it's not, I can disconnect the wires.
Okay, how come it was working before and then it wasn't working after you worked there?
Well, to me, it's like...
I'm someone, this is not my first case. I'm someone who's willing to look at this and say, hey, look, you got a 1999 car, things happen, it could be a coincidence. He really needs to prove to me that it had something to do with the repair for me to turn around and look at a repair company and say, you need to pay to get this right. But we have two things going on. We have a perfectly cogent explanation by Mr. Fox of how it is he thinks this happened because it is all interconnected. And we have him testifying. I brought it to him to get the heater coil replaced because everything else was working just hunky-dory until then. So I got to tell you, I'm ready to rule. Thank you very much, Mr. Fox. Appreciate your time.
Okay, you finished with me?
But I'm finished with you, Mr. Fox, for now.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right, enjoy.
All right, I'm ready to rule. Yeah, Mr. Fox was very adamant to say that it could happen to anybody. It's just a miscalculation of how hard to pull and blah, 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 blah. I'm ruling in favor of the plaintiff in the amount of the $474.49. Good luck, folks.
Well, let's see what the defendant has to say. Come on out here. How'd that go for you?
Well, I believe he made the right decision, so I'm glad it's over. That's it.
You're glad it's over. So do you stand by your work, or maybe you admit it possibly was your mistake? Could be.
I don't think so, but could be. We never know. I also is over 10 years old car. It could be happening anytime. Switch going bad. So
yeah. All right. Okay. All right. Right around the corner. Good luck on the next car. Better luck. Anyway, right in here. Satisfied how this comes out now?
I won. I'm satisfied. Mm-hmm. He was wrong. I took my car there to get it fixed, and he broke it, and he didn't want to pay. Mm-hmm. So I'm very happy.
Take us to that moment when you go to turn and your flashes come on.
Yeah, I turned left, my double flashes start working. I put my double flash on, my single light start working.
It's like a Three Stooges movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Harvey? Okay, it's a really good idea to actually test drive the car when you get it back to make sure that it's working okay. And by the way, in many states there are these agencies, they're called Bureau of Automotive Repair, usually licensed by the state where all of the auto repair shops are licensed, and they can sometimes mediate problems that you have with the repair shop.